Changes to the bond rating system, a big festival coming to Cape Cod Community College, and it's time to flex those wallets and shop locally. Details on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Wednesday, October 10th, 2012. I'm Sarah Colvin. Shop Local Day is this Saturday, October 13th. Hyannis Main Street Business Improvement District Executive Director Elizabeth Werfbane talks about its creation.
In the office, we created a Shop Local Day. Which is, it's like a harvest day. It's like a, Mother's Day. It's a celebration of the stores. It's kind of a way for them to come forward and not just have sales and specials, but to really educate the community about what local means. Now, local just doesn't mean it's down the street. Local means much more than that. It means what kind of place do you shop at? Is it locally owned? That's really what it's all about.
Werfbane explains why Shop Local Day is held in October instead of in the height of the busy summer season.
We do it in the off-season. We want the locals to look at Main Street as the relevant place to shop.
Exactly.
And that's a huge word, relevant. And that's why Shop Local Day has, like, Hanlon shoes, gives $10 off on sneakers, that sort of thing, and scarves, and a different, and boarding house, has percentage off, 10% off on store-wide things, and they have, hats and gloves, things that you really need.
Werfbane says the idea behind Shop Local Day is to encourage Cape residents to visit locally owned businesses.
The big message is, have fun, shop local. Be part of your community.
Shop Local Day in Hyannis is this Saturday, October 13th. Robert Corrett, president of the University of Massachusetts system, recently paid a visit to Cape Cod Community College. College Communications Director Michael Gross says 4C's president, Dr. John Cox, has experience collaborating with Corrett.
The two of them worked together quite extensively down in Maryland when Bob Corrett was the president of Towson State, and did an awful lot of partnerships with Harford Community College there in Maryland, where President Cox was in charge, really, of building the relationships with outside universities with Harford. So that Corrett was on his second annual bus tour at a massive RV, traveling all around the state at different sites where UMass has a presence and has an interest. He had earlier in the day been over to Wareham and over to the Cranberry Bogs, where there's a research center that UMass's land-grant university element is there, and he was visiting. And he came over to the college for a number of reasons, one of which, of course, is the personal friendship with Dr. Cox, but also UMass has a presence on our campus through UMass Dartmouth, where we have bachelor's programs, master's programs that are 2+2s and extended programs. And he came to visit with faculty and staff there, and also brought in a number of business leaders, people from the hospital, from Woods Hole and Marine Biological Labs, a variety of individuals who were working with UMass or UMass students here on the Cape. And it was a time for him to listen a little bit to some of the things that might well be needed or work well here, get a chance to really get more of a personal understanding of the kind of relationships that are here on the Cape, and it was a very good meeting.
Gross also let us know that a big theater festival is coming to the college this winter.
The Kennedy Center's Regional Theater Festival, which will come to the college, come to the Cape, the last week in January of this coming year, and will come here for the next 3 years. This is a massive festival in which colleges and universities from all over the northeastern region of the country send their finest theater students to perform, to attend workshops, symposia, all in the idea of performing in front of some of the finest theater judges in the country. They then pick the best presentations and literally are sending them to the Kennedy Center for the finals there. And so that a tremendous, tremendous opportunity for the Cape to be seen. This is in the dead of winter, if you will, the last week in January. It's also the first week of classes, so it's going to be a busy time. But thousands, literally thousands of people will be coming to Cape Cod at the end of January. We'll be using other venues throughout the region. I know Barnstable Performing Arts Center there at the high school Quite likely some of the other venues, such as the Cotuit Center, will be part of it. We'll be using the hotels in the region to house these students and faculty who are coming. And this is an incredibly wonderful opportunity. It's a busy one. We're in the middle of planning it now. Tonight at 6:30, we welcome the public to come and learn about this, learn where we're going to have various elements of it, how they might participate. Clearly, this is going to take the entire Cape to put it on. We're hosting it. We're very pleased to be picked. It has been up at Fitchburg State the last 3 years. In fact, if anybody wants to kind of see how it would run, there is a website the Fitchburg State has right up now, Kennedy Center Theater competition that you can go see. Very exciting, a wonderful program, certainly a real feather in the cap of Cape Cod to see that the Kennedy Center, yes, we want to come here. The vibrancy of professional as well as amateur theater on the Cape really told Kennedy's Center people that they wanted to come. They came and visited, they saw our facility, they saw Barnstable, they saw that we were ready to welcome them and work with them, and it's very, very exciting.
The college is holding an informational session on the Kennedy Center Theater Festival tonight at 6:30 in the Studio Theater that's in the lower level of the Tilden Arts Center in the West Barnstable campus. Visit capecod.edu for more information. Barnstable Director of Finance Mark Milne tells us the bond rating industry is working on changes to its systems.
Standard & Poor's, which is doing something somewhat similar to what Moody's did a couple of years ago, where they're developing a more numerical analysis to increase the transparency in their bond ratings for local government, where Moody's did what was called a complete recalibration of their bond ratings, where they reassessed every rating that they currently issued and compared it against their new rating system that they developed and recalibrated their whole system. Standard & Poor's isn't exactly doing that, but they are going to change the way they analyze all of their ratings and make it a more numerical analysis and try to make it, more user-friendly. So we don't anticipate that to change the town of Barnstable's bond rating at all. If anything, it'll just make it more clear and understandable as to why we have that AAA.
Again, Milne says the changes will likely make it easier for people to understand the bond rating system. Election day is rapidly approaching. If you're not registered to vote, you must do so prior to October 17th. Make sure to check with the town clerk's office before that day to ensure your voter status. Of course, that date's important because you must register by then to be eligible to vote in the presidential election in November. Your voter status can change and render you ineligible to vote if you didn't turn in your census, or perhaps if you moved into town and forgot to change your address or other reasons. Contact the town clerk's office with any questions. That office will be open until 8 p.m. October 17th for your convenience. The Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority is beefing up its service in downtown Hyannis. Hourly service from the Hyannis Transportation Center to the Bell Tower Mall is now available. The route goes from the Transportation Center down Main Street, West Main Street, and Route 28 on the existing Sandwich Line route. Now those living and working along West Main Street will have greater access to public transportation. Riders can utilize services like the Housing Assistance Corporation, Star Market, schools, and the Bell Tower Mall. Visit the RTA's website for details. That's capecodrta.org. And a reminder to boat owners, you have until November 15th to remove dinghies from town beaches, landings, and ways to water. New regulations are in place prohibiting dinghy storage on those locations from November 15th until April 15th. Any vessel left after November 15th will be considered abandoned property. It'll be scrapped or disposed of by the town. Call the Harbor Master's office with any questions. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.